Today we're going back to the year 2003 and opening one of the most popular Yu-Gi-Oh monsters of all times, 10, the Jinzo. What's up, guys? We are back with another vintage opening, and we have a 2003 Jinzo 10. This, first of all, KB toy sticker marked out because it probably said like $2 or something at some point. Not really 2, but probably 15 or something crazy cheap. It was not that much. I actually got this 10 and then sold it to a guy on Whatnot. His name is Tonic on Whatnot, and he said, hey, can you open this thing up for a video? It is the perfect specimen for a video because it does have, you know, some rip to it. It's just ready to be ripped open. So it's a very nice product. In terms of a product that needs to be opened. So it's going to be nice. But before we get into the opening and a few other packs that I grabbed, we have a giveaway. And shout out to Crypto Poppy. If you guys have heard of him, you probably have. You saw that Magic Ruler Error opening, the Metal Raiders box we opened recently. If you missed both of those, we opened first edition boxes of Magic Ruler and Metal Raiders. 2 different videos. They were opened courtesy of Crypto Poppy. He has also given away multiple things on the channel. And here is the third item he wanted me to give away. A structure deck, Lord of the Storm. This is from my website, ruxum34.com. I opened a fresh case of structure decks to get this out. So there are 7 other ones, I think. I think there's 8 in the case. 7 other ones available on ruxum34.com if you do want to grab one for yourself. But if you just want to win one for free, just like the video, be subscribed, turn on notifications. Shout out Crypto Poppy in the comments for the giveaway, and shout out Tonic for the opening. So a ultra viewer video here. Like, you guys are providing the giveaway, you guys are providing the opening. So shout out to everybody who supports in that way, and shout out to all you guys who are watching. And of course, we're not just going to open the 10. We got a few other things to open up. There's a certain card that I still need to add to my Blue Eyes deck, the Primite Barrel. So I grabbed a few Supreme Darkness. Hopefully we'll get that card. I got a few of the Dragon Master Magia. I just found these packs and I'm like, hey, I didn't know I had any of these left. So a little bit of that could be fun, and then a couple of retro packs. So we got a lot of really good stuff coming up today. So I'm excited to start this opening. Let's get right to it. Here are our packs. Let's open these up. We're going to open the Jinzo at the end because that is the most exciting. But all these new packs, there's a lot of different things I need from a lot of different packs. So I'm really excited for this opening because the Primite Barrel apparently is only an Ultra. I've been thinking it's a secret. I didn't do a ton of opening for Supreme Darkness. I think we opened like maybe a case and a half or something like that. I did not open, you know, like a crazy amount like I normally would. We didn't do a crazy long stream because I was moving at that time. And I just didn't get around to doing any live stream or anything. So I'm kind of unfamiliar with it compared to a lot of other sets. So hopefully we can get lucky. Here is a little Magia action right here. Can you imagine if we just pulled it real quick? How great would that be? It would be great, and it would be fantastic. Probably won't happen. The good thing is we've already pulled it before, and we've pulled, we pulled the new one, Dragon Master Lords. No big deal. No big deal. It was cake. Only took 5 hours. Compared to many of our other ones, not too bad. Hydrojet Shark. We've got the Meteor. Okay. Meteoractor. Materiactor. Materiactor. I don't know how to say these. Somebody let me know in the comments. Ween the Spirit of Tree. Ween? Okay. And Fiendsmith Kyrie. All right. Kyrie Irving. RIP with the Achilles or ACL. Which one was it? I think it was ACL, right? It wasn't Achilles, was it? Maybe it was Achilles. I don't remember. Both of them are bad. I feel like it was actually Achilles now that I think about it, because isn't he supposed to be out all of next year or something? So it's going to be rough for them, for the Mavs. AD, baby, don't worry. He'll be healthy. 100%. AD is always healthy. There's no way he will be hurt next year. Knock on wood, because I don't want him to be hurt. But the joke is he's going to be hurt. All right. Now let's open a retro pack. Let's open one of these. A retro pack. Let's see what we can get. 1, 2, 3, 4 from the back, maybe. We have Mahavilo. Sentinels of the Bandit. We have Black Pendant. Elegant Egotist. Umirika. Shining Angel. Rising Air Current. UFO Turtle. And Magician of Faith. So 50% pull rate on these retro packs. We still got a rare, but it's a pretty nice rare. Pretty nice rare. Right, come on. Supreme Darkness. Give me 1 Primite Barrel. I don't even need the QCR. If we get the QCR, though, it might be really bad for me. It might lead me down a path that Padme would not be able to follow, because you know what? That's going to be an expensive path right there. I was getting into the Star Wars quote. That didn't make any sense. I watched Revenge of the Sith in 4DX the other day, which is like where it's 4D. They're shooting you with water, with wind, and you're getting moved around. So, you know, I'm in the Star Wars mood. But back to what I was actually saying, where I distracted myself with a Star Wars quote that wasn't actually a quote, is if I pulled the QCR, Gigantic Sprite, that's nice. I would then want the QCR for the drill beam, and I would need multiple. I'd need probably 3 of the one drill beam, 3 of the primite barrels, so that it'd just be bad. You know, it'd be a slippery slope. And then it'd be like, well, I need the QCRs for the blue eyes cards too. It's like, well, I have the ones from, I have the QCRs from Stampede, but the other ones, like from the structure deck, are like really expensive. You might not think, you're like, why is the structure deck QCR so expensive? If you missed when we opened the Kaiba structure deck, they're actually inserted randomly, and apparently they're only like 2 per case, which is like 50 like decks or something ridiculous, or boxes of deck. I don't know. It's something crazy hard to get. So those are like really expensive QCRs. So then I need the Maiden of White. You know, you need the one that you discard a card and add 2 blue eyes cards. What's it called? It's like the spell card. I need that. Wing Karibo is actually really nice. What is that card called? The Wishes with Eyes of Blue. Yeah, I would need that. And you know, those are, wait, Wishes and Maiden are QCRs. Yeah. And then Spirit, you know, the big Spirit Dragon, I think he's a QCR too. So you only play 1, but still, it's another QCR you need. So as you can see, the slippery slope, the path you don't want to go down, you know, it's dangerous. Would begin, and I really don't want to do that. I do want to get my 3rd Sage out of Stampede, which is probably not too expensive. I got 2 of them. Somehow I didn't get 3. I did get 3 technically, once in the binder, but so yeah, yeah, there's a lot of issues with potentially doing that, but you know, if we do pull it, can't really complain. So it might be better just to get the ultra. Let's just say that. Might be better off just getting the ultra rare. Everyone might be happy, you know, just satisfied with what we have, you know, not lusting for more, not scrapping and clawing for more shiny cardboard, you know, but it is what it is, you know. I don't know. So yeah, let's just keep going. I don't know. Let's hopefully I can pull something nice. 1, 2, 3, 4 from the back. Thousand Dragon. We got Gazelle, the King of Mythical Beasts. I'm not really saying words today. I'm just kind of going, I don't know. Mystical Space Typhoon, send you. Giant Germ. Solemn Judgment, baby. That's a nice one. We take those Solemn Judgments. That's a pretty nice card. Pretty nice card. Very playable. Even to this day, you can still play. Apparently, I think it was it TCG? It got limited to 2. Or maybe it was, I think it was Master Duel, actually. So, to this day, that card's getting limited. It's pretty good. Semi-limited, by the way, not limited. So, it's a very strong card. Still pretty strong. Solemn Judgment, the old man saying no. All right, 2 from the back. Magia times Bright Blue. Nice. Scrap Goblin. Gen X Controller. White Circle Reef. And Infernoid Decatron, the secret rare. The deck and the Trons. Okay, 1 of each left. Then we're going to get to Tonics, Jinzo 10. Potentially pull some like Blue Eyes of the Blue Eyes pack, you know, some stuff like that. 4 from the back, we have Grand Knight of the Red Lotus, Primite Scream, Shadow Severing, Azamina, Crystron, Mitsurugi, the Toil of the Normal, Evil Hero, and Argo Stars. They're everywhere. It's just Argo Star, Argo Star, Argo Star. I don't want to hear any more about Argo Star, okay? You guys got that? I don't need to hear any more about this. Also, let's just, you know what? Let's just get a Magia right now. Arbitration of White. And gorgeous Swordsman of the Ice Barrier. Gorgeous. Da-da-da-dun. Taylor Swift reference. All right, 1 more retro pack. 4 from the back. Yes, I did go to the Eras tour. Yeah. Okay, what are you going to say about it? Flames. Polymerization. Quiet. I can't be too quiet because then Kenneth is going to yell at me because he can't hear me, because sometimes my microphone settings will, it's like a filter. So if you get too quiet. I was actually talking right, but because it's so quiet, it doesn't. Yeah, so it's a thing that to cut out background noise. Well, if you talk quiet enough, it thinks you're background noise. So it cuts you out. You see the problem here? See what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I can't do that too quiet with the Arm Ninja. Back to the pack. Umiruka. I'm on one today. Toon World. Ruxin Special. Okay. Go 1 for 4? The worst retro pack ever. It was only 3. It was only 1 for 3. Okay. So the next pack would have had a foil. Obviously. Okay. Now for the main event. Thank you guys for enjoying the extra packs. I know some of you are like, ugh, extra packs. Skip to the Jinzo 10. It's way my favorite part. I understand. I understand why you do that. Okay. But keep in mind that we don't want 5-minute videos on the channel. First of all, can't really monetize them. So, yeah, kind of the part of the job. You got to monetize them. Second of all, you don't want a 5-minute video. Most people don't want to watch a 5-minute video. That's the more important part than the monetization. It's like, do you want a 16, 20-minute video? Or do you want a 5-minute video? It's like, you probably want the 20-minute video, right? That's how I am, at least. I don't know. Because some people like short videos or whatever. That's what shorts are for. So, Jinzo, let's go. Let's open this thing up. And thankfully, it's already basically open. So we can just kind of rip it like that. Tonic, good luck, man. Good luck. Let's see what we can get here. Hopefully, we pull something good. Hopefully, something amazing. Jinzo time. All right, so a little ding right there. Man, I love 2003. They're so sweet. 2002 and 2003 just... They really hit the nostalgia button for me. I remember the crap out of these, and they're so cool. I had so many of these. Yeah, they were just great value back then. So you got packs, you got a promo card, you got this cool tin you could put your cards in. It was just great. It was great. Okay, now let's see how the promo looks. It is a loose card. That is normal. Come and they're in the back, so they're going to be rubbing against the bottom of this thing the whole time, so it's probably in terrible shape, but let's see. Hopefully not. Maybe not. Oh, there's the Jinzo. Okay, I see some scuffs on it, but... Honestly, wait, whoa, look at that. It's like a big square scuff. That's kind of weird. Honestly, though, this does not look bad. It's not a reverse foil or anything, but for what they can look like they can have big corners, they can have like big scratches. It's just some scuffing from going up and down a lot. Really not too terrible for that Jinzo. And the Tinzo, you might call it, if you remember people calling it that, it's because it's from a tin. It's the Jinzo. It looks the same as the Pharaoh Servant, but it's from the tin, so they called it the Tinzo. Very cool card. And then we can put this back over here. I mean, this is one of the coolest tins I've ever seen. Then we have the 5-pack. So the way they do it, it's the first 5 sets in Yu-Gi-Oh! Nice and simple. And it's the red banner logo. If it had a square, that would be the 2002, but they only had those in the 2002 tins. Once you got to 2003, they switched to the red banner logo for Konami. That's how you tell. US and Canada English edition. That means you're opening a 10-pack, by the way. So if you ever see a loose pack like that, it's from a 10. Okay, Labyrinth of Nightmare, 2003. Here we go. Let's see what we can pull. And we can get to some weird stuff like the spell and magic thing when we get to Magic Ruler. There's some fun stuff in there. Let's pull out some more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have Saint Joan, Mantis, Spirit of Flamas. And yes, I'm not talking about the Doritos. I'm talking about the flames. All right. Lightning Blade. Blind Destruction. What do we want to see out of Labyrinth of Nightmare? Obviously, the Magic Cylinders. One of my favorites. I recently got Magic Cylindered in a wheeled episode, which I think might be coming out this week. So, mini spoiler, but you're going to want to see it. Scroll of Bewitchment. We have Rock Spirit. Flame Dancer. This monster moves while swinging its burning rope. Watch out for that burning rope. It's dangerous. And Jam Breeding Machine. Okay, it's just rare, but lucky for us, it was not a Spirit Message L. Okay, that's all I gotta say. Could have been a Spirit Message L. It was not. So starting off a little slow with the Labyrinth of Nightmare pack, but we have 4 packs left. The Pharaoh Servant pack. Now, this thing has seen better days. Definitely got squished a little bit in there. So hopefully none of the cards got damaged or anything, but let's just open it up, see what can happen. What shall we pull? What will it be? 1, 2, 3, 4. Will we get our first foil? Pharaoh Servant. This is probably, I think these are retail packs, so you're probably only going to get Imperial Order, Secret Rare, no Jinzo. We already got our Jinzo out of the 10, though, so we're good. In retrospect, that's actually kind of good for this specific 10 that you can't get the Jinzo, because you already got one. So you'd be double, I mean, you'd be happy with double Jinzo, but like Imperial Order and Jinzo, like back in the day, is kind of crazy. So you might actually preferred that. Invitation to Dark Sleep. I want to get Buster Blade. I want to get Thousand Eyes Restrict. Solomon's Law Book. We have back-to-back Solomon's Law Book. Skip your own standby phase. Well, I'll tell you what they didn't skip. Solomon's Law Book. They actually doubled up on Solomon's Law Book. That's kind of weird. Really weird, actually, back-to-back. Starfire Soldier number 1. An Explosive Expert from a Special Elite Force. Metal Detector. Flying Commissary number 2. A Flying Mantis that feeds primarily on insects. 3-headed Yugioh. A 3-headed Nocturnal Monster that is absolutely ruthless when fighting. I don't know if I've really read that much. That seems like one I've not read the flavor text often. And Nobleman of Crossout. That's a good one. Okay. Probably the best, most playable super in the set back in like Go format, just because flips were prevalent and this was so powerful. You set Magician of Faith, it's like goodbye, all Magician of Faith in the entire game, unless they're in your hand, then they're safe. But all from the deck and the field, of course. So, you know, decks. The deck and the one that you hit. So, pretty crazy. Pretty insane card. Not a bad foil to break the ice. So, we're 1 for 2 now. Getting a foil at all in a 10 is a win. So, if we can get multiple, it's going to be a W for Tonic. So, once again, shout out to Tonic for allowing us to open this. Because you can't take these kind of openings for granted. Even though I open them a lot. You know, I do a lot of vintage openings. You know, compared to most people, I get to open these a lot. You can't take advantage. Can't take advantage of. It's a great time. Well, let's pull something amazing. An amphibian with a myriad of powers to shield it from the... We got Griggle, one of kind of the weirdest artworks. It's like Veggie Tales, basically, but they have like, he has got like legs, which is kind of strange. All right, Final Destiny, Penguin Knight, Turtle Oath, Twin Long Rods #2, an amphibious creature with 2 whip-like tails. Wow. Tails. Force of Sanctuary. I always love doing this. Just shenanigans with that. Mechanical Snail. Can we get relinquished? Maybe a Serpent Knight Dragon would be cool. They did a retrain recently. If we can pull it. Painful Choice. Super rare. All right. Back-to-back hits. Painful Choice. And speaking of really playable cards, this card was ultra banned. And I believe it is still ultra banned. I don't know if this can come back because you get to basically put 4 cards in your graveyard, add 1 to your hand. And there's so many decks that want to do that now. Just put cards in the graveyard as a second hand, basically. This is just too good. Too powerful. They didn't know what Yu-Gi-Oh was going to become when they first printed this thing. They're like, no problem. Graveyard, who cares? Maybe you can use Call the Haunted or whatever. Like, wait, they didn't even have that yet. So premature, but no, they didn't have that either. Monster Reborn. That's all they had. It's like, maybe you can do Monster Reborn, but which I guess they had the OCG, so they might have, like game theory, they might have known some other cards, but they did not expect it to become what it became back then. 2 packs left. 2 for 3 is actually really good. If we can get an Ultra or a Secret, this is a huge 10. This is already a really lucky 10, and getting 2 out of 5 is really good. And we're 2 out of 3, so 2 more chances, and this is the best set of them all. Can we get a Petite Moth? Oh! Ask for it! There it is, the Petite Moth. This small but deadly creature is better off avoided. I avoided my did for 18.5 hours in Stampede, but I finally got the QCR. Armor Lizard. Bistro Butcher. Somebody actually tried to mill me out using this the other day in one of our Twitch streams, twitch.tv/Truxin34 on Mondays. We play viewers and we test out our decks for upcoming episodes and Wheeled Out Edison, Wheeled Goat. And somebody tried to mill me with that. Ring of Magnetism. A little scary. Mushroom Man. #2. Our final. For Metal Raiders, my favorite set is Robin Goblin. Speaking of milling, I mean, it's kind of, well, it's not really milling. It's discarding from your hand, but getting rid of cards, I guess. Robin Goblin, not a hit, unfortunately, but I'll tell you what is a hit. Stay forever. Nothing. Okay, sorry. I don't know why that song came to my head when I looked at Petite Moth. All right, 1 more pack. The Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon 2003 pack, and little bit of a fat pack. No body shaming going on here. No body shaming. Let's see if we can get the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Even if it's a 2003 Unlimited, it's still pretty amazing, okay? Let's end this off with a bang. Let's get something crazy. We've already hit 2 foils, which is lucky. We go 3 for 5. We are really lucky. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blue Eyes White Dragon. Red Eyes Black Dragon. Exodia. Dark Magician. All those cards would be amazing. Well, one of them. If they were all in here, it'd be a crazy error pack. That would be huge. And Warrior #1. Specializing in combination attacks. This warrior uses magnetism. Block an enemy. Escape. Traps him. He's staying here, buddy. Mountain. Legendary Sword. Dark King of the Abyss. Drooling Lizard. A blood-sucking snake in human form that attacks any living being. That's his name. Sparks. In Warrior #2. Trial of Nightmare. This fiend passes judgment on enemies that are locked in coffins. And finally, subscribe to the channel. If you guys have enjoyed this video, if you want to see more vintage, let me know down below. Shout out Tonic. Shout out Crypto Poppy for this epic episode. Let's end this thing with a bang. Blue Eyes White Dragon. Here we go. Pot of Greed. All right, it's a rare, but it's Pot of Greed, the best rare in the set. What does it do again?
That's not what it does.
Allows you to draw 2 cards from your deck. What an amazing card. All right, this was one heck of a Jinzo 10, guys. I'm super excited to open more vintage openings for you coming soon. Very special Whatnot stream next Thursday, which I will reveal. Actually, it's already available publicly. So yeah, Strike of Neos. So if you want to pull from a Yu-Gi-Oh card, Ravidactyl, all the different stuff, we might be giving away some Ravidactyls, some Air Neoses, you could say. Might be happening. So keep an eye out. Some really good stuff coming up. I'll see you guys in those, and check out some previous videos. We got over 2,000 of them on the channel. Blue Eyes White Dragon in the last pack! So we have Transforming Sphere. Did we get Dark Arm Dragon? Let's go! We just have to believe. Believe.